And I'm like between two cars, and out of nowhere, this guy dressed up as Bane, like some huge jack guy, walks out. And he's like, holy fuck. I just saw Batman in there. Someone's got to help me kick his ass, dude.
What the fuck?
Yeah.
This shit happens. Trying to bring the comedy back in. Kicking stupid shit to get the audience laughing.
Man, this shit is stupid as hell, but maybe this'll get us both up on double XL.
Shit happens. Trying to bring the comedy back in. Kicking stupid shit to get the audience laughing.
Man, this shit is stupid as hell, but maybe this'll get us both up on double.
Okay. Episode 2 of the Thiccc Dizzy Podcast.
Yeah.
What's going on, Fatboy?
Fucking being a gimp.
Yeah. Crippled.
Yeah. Fucking spraying my foot.
How the fuck did you manage that?
At work. Working in a lift.
I just saw this fucking photo on your story and you had it all wrapped up in duct tape like a homeless person.
Yeah, I was trying to keep my foot from like moving around in my boot.
That's
Shit
fun.
hurts though.
And you haven't been to the doctor? You haven't had the shit looked at?
No.
You just been wobbling around?
Pretty much, yeah.
We're gonna have to get you some crutches or a wheelchair for the next episode.
Hopefully it's done by the next episode. What's new with you lately?
Fucking nothing, dude. Just been working, chilling, playing Switch. Turning 20 in like a week.
It's true.
So I'm definitely gonna get fucking blind drunk for that. There's UFC Fight Night tonight.
Who's fighting tonight?
It's not a super exciting card. The only like people that you might know would be the headliners. Rafael dos Anjos is a former champion, former #1 contender at welterweight, and he was gonna fight Islam Makhachev, one of Khabib's homies, but he got injured. So some dude named Paul Felder on 5 days' notice took the fight.
Holy fuck.
So yeah, he weighed in. It was supposed to be Battle of the Mustache, but
Mustache rights.
yeah, but Rafael shade for Movember. He was late to the party. I don't know. A grown man with that much testosterone with no mustache this far through November, I think he just fucking jumped the gun. He was like
He's
week
gonna
late.
lose either
shaved
way
it.
now.
Yeah, that's where all the power comes from.
Yeah, mustache.
The mustache.
That's how they used to do it in the old days. They're like, yo, you got a bigger mustache than me, you here. Take my shit, take my wife.
I love watching those old like boxing videos in the 50s, just like dudes with mustaches, their fucking hands at their belly buttons, as if that's gonna help, and they're just fucking swinging for the fences. It's a bunch of white dudes, and everyone in the crowd is wearing a hat for some reason. You know,
Top hat.
Yeah,
Because it was classy back.
yeah, they're wearing all that Indiana Jones shit.
They had those mustache coils. If someone doesn't come out with a mustache coil tonight, I'm gonna be pissed.
Oh, I'm surprised we didn't see somebody with a mustache coil at our last show.
I think we did.
I thought it was funny. I gotta just fucking throw this out there before we forget. While we were waiting for the show to start, we were all like outside smoking darts, and you were talking to some people. I was just fucking on my one, smoking a cigarette, like trying to be away from all the people. And I'm like between two cars, and out of nowhere, this guy dressed up as Bane, like some huge jack guy, walks out. And he's like, holy fuck. I just saw Batman in there. Someone's got to help me kick his ass, dude.
What the fuck?
Yeah. Walk in, there's a guy in like an expensive ass Batman costume, you know, not just that fucking little pullover mask.
It was a Travis Scott.
Yeah, and they were fucking beefing in the middle of the fucking venue. It was the craziest shit ever.
Maybe that was Travis Scott, and that's why I deleted his Instagram, because he got his shit kicked out of him by Bane. Bro, I don't even remember that show.
Yeah, you were pretty drunk. I ate a bunch of edibles at that show. But yeah, it was okay. I mean, it was fun. The COVID shows are different with nobody in the front row. It's not like a crowd. It's like being a bar performer, kind of. There's just people at tables.
Yeah, it was kind of like comedy club.
Yeah, I felt like I should have had a guitar and a stool.
Yeah. You know,
Shout out to Oliver
who rocks a
Spitz.
school? Yeah, Ollie.
He rocks a school.
Rocks a school.
He was a teacher, though. But yeah, shit, your new project came out. Little 3-song.
Yeah. If you haven't heard that shit, go cop that. It's available on all streaming services. As long as we don't die, this is going to be one hell of a good story. That shit was fun. It
And
was
listen,
a fun project for me.
start to finish, you cocksuckers.
Yeah, you fucking slugs.
It's like a conceptual project. It's only 3 songs, so if you're gonna listen to one, you might as well do yourself the favor and check all 3 back to
Yeah,
back.
it's a full story the entire way through. You got to listen to the whole project.
on Halloween. Put out what was it, 8 of the singles I've dropped this year as a little album. So if you guys want, that shit's on all streaming platforms too. It's called Code of Conduct 2. It's just got 8 joints. Add that shit to your fucking playlist.
It's a collection of absolute slappers. How many joints did I produce on that one?
You produced a bunch on that one. I'm trying to think here. At least 3 of the 8. I know it was pretty much just you and Rain. I have to look at the track list.
Yeah, that shit's dope.
Ooh, also, we can take questions and calls. So I'm gonna put a link in the description of this video, at least on YouTube. We'll post it on all our socials and shit. If people want, they can fucking send in questions, ask us shit. They can tell us if they've ever shat their pants. I don't know. They can do whatever.
Good old shit in the pants story.
Yeah, we're gonna get some fun segments going through that eventually.
Yeah, it'd be cool. Get some fucking people on like call and shit.
Mm-hmm. We're also lining up a couple of guests to do eventually, but right now we're just sort of backlogging episodes, getting some content so we can keep dropping over the next little while.
Yes, sir. Yeah, I was pretty drunk last podcast too.
We were both pretty drunk. You could hear us the whole time, like pouring drinks, and I was like ripping tokes, moving around in this squeaky ass chair the whole fucking time. Also, we have to get the whole mic situation figured out. There's a bit of audio issues where there's latency or there's some feedback between the two of us.
Because you're fat.
Yeah, we're not fucking Joe Rogan, even though he can't figure his shit out in his own studio.
Yeah, no, we'll get that figured out and bear with us until then. You can keep laughing at our dumb asses.
Yeah, it's we should call it the Super Professional Podcast, honestly.
You can't get much more professional than
everything we do, from my music videos, my podcasting skills, my nunchuck skills, computer hacking skills. You know what we should do, man? We should do a video like Napoleon Dynamite.
Napoleon Dynamite?
Yeah, like at the talent show.
That'd be dope. I dance like that too. That's how I dance.
I know. I've seen you dance.
You don't want these moves. Catch the smoke with them.
Oh man. Well, let's. I think we should get into a little talking point here. Maybe talk about some tour shit. I know we covered it a little bit on our trial podcast, but that never actually got put into an episode.
Bro, our tours are nuts.
And non-existent anymore.
Yeah, non-existent tours. COVID, fuck off. We need to get back on the road.
I mean, there's a few people in Canada doing tours, but it doesn't make sense to do 50-person shows.
Bro, there's fucking promoters, quote unquote, that are fucking charging people like $400 right now.
I saw
for a spot
that,
on a show, and they want them to sell a certain amount of tickets. How the fuck are you doing that when venues have a 50-person limit?
I saw that shit too, and like, I heard apparently they've gone over like multiple shows where there's like 50 extra people past the COVID capacity. Venues have been shut down and stupid shit. I'm not gonna lie, I kind of thought it was Robbie, because Robbie's one of the only people touring Canada, but it's just like these two random motherfuckers. I'm not sure where. I think they're from Windsor.
I'm not too sure where they're from. Snake shit though. That's all
yeah. I don't give a shit, man. I mean, name drop the dude. He's got the weirdest name ever. World Peace Jesus.
World Peace Jesus.
And Mr. Jones.
Fucking snake shit.
Yeah, I don't know who's paying fucking $400 to open up for those retards, but you sort of have you have a few more issues there. If you're worried about the show, you should be worried about why you fucking signed up to do that in the first place, let alone all the COVID rules and
$400 for a fucking spot on that. Fuck that.
Yeah. But yeah, fucking hopefully by the new year, I've seen some people like bigger artists, like guys like Chris and Yellow Wolf, and a few people have stuff booked. I think most of it's in the States. Some of the southern states are letting people do huge shows still, but hopefully within the new year, by next summer, we can book at least a run around Canada.
Yeah, I want to go out west this year.
Out west would be awesome. I've only been out west once, and we didn't get all the way to Vancouver. We only did like the farthest west shows we did were Edmonton and Calgary. So it'd be really nice to actually spend a good couple weeks out there.
Oh fuck yeah! I was thinking even if we were to do say a month, because it's what 4 days to drive out there.
Yeah.
Maybe not.
Depends how many like shows we do on the way out.
3 weeks. Do 3 weeks. Just drive straight out there, work back.
Yeah. Well, I wonder even it'd be cool to just do shows all the way down. You know, we do the stretch through Ontario.
Or yeah,
down
we
through
could even do it.
Manitoba.
We could even just hit spots on the way and then fucking. I guess we can't fly back.
Or we could even just spend a couple weeks out west, you know, work
That's
on some tunes, shoot some videos, and rebook to come back for at least maybe not as like dense, but like do a shot or a stop every province, just so you've got one spot you know you're gonna sleep, fucking get a hotel for the night, make a little bit of money, and then work your way back without being super bored, especially if you've already done the drive out there.
Yeah, that'd be dope. Any promoters and shit out west? We're looking for 2021.
that aren't World Peace Jesus and Mr. Jones.
Fuck that.
What a fucking name, dude. World Peace Jesus. Go do yourself a favor and look those guys up.
Yeah.
Yeah. Rap at its finest. I'm gonna pack a bowl. I don't know if you want to kick off a couple of
tour stories, bro. We got like
oh my god,
a bunch of tour stories. Fucking. What was the first tour we did together? Is that when we went out east?
yeah, being Backwards We Trust tour.
Yeah.
That was how many years ago was that?
I think it's
3?
3. Yeah, it'd be 3 this year. But
That
fuck,
shit was ridiculous.
bro, that was just a whole story from the minute, not even the minute we left before we fucking left.
That's where I met all the Fitch team guys. At least like Doski, fucking Oliver, obviously, Budwalker, Gibbs, all those guys. We did a show on the Reserve in Oneida, like by London. And then we had a show the next day in Toronto that was late. Or why the fuck did we go right from Toronto to Prince Edward Island? I don't remember.
I don't know if I think we had a day in between, but that day was just driving.
Right, yeah. Like we had the show the one night in Toronto, and then like a day after we had to be in Charlottetown, and then make our way back from the East Coast. Which in hindsight was crazy. We should have booked that like opposite, done Toronto on the way back, but we were just like, fuck it, we were taking any show.
Yeah, I think it was I think PEI was on a Saturday or Sunday. Either way, that show was fucking something else, man.
Yeah, that show was crazy. You had to go and buy fucking gear.
Sound equipment,
Yeah, sound equipment, because they didn't have their shit together. And it caught on fire. I was like outside behind the venue. There was like a little like fire escape. So I went down that shit and found like a parking garage like right next to it. So I was on the top floor. I could like see the venue. I could hear like all the performers. And out of nowhere, motherfuckers are just running out the venue. Yeah. And the sound cuts. So I go down. I'm like, what the fuck's going on? Dude, the fucking venue caught on fire. Like shit was smoking. There was fucking
I think
flames.
it was either the monitor or the mixer. One of them caught on fire though.
Because that shit hadn't been used for anything but fucking karaoke in like 10 years.
Fuck, probably.
And yeah, so
fucked.
we fucking wandered around with our crowd to like, there was like 2 or 3 bars down the street, and they were doing like performances like karaoke and open mic. And I was like 17, 16. So I couldn't get into any of these fucking bars. And we were only allowed in the one because we were doing the show there. So we're like, fuck, shit out of luck there. We looked for a parking garage, got all the way up to the top of a parking garage.
Yeah, and we got kicked out.
Yeah, some security guard comes, throws us out. And then, what the fuck did we end up doing? I wanted to, like, pull up my car and just pop trunk and play our fucking beats out of my car speakers, but we ended up just going to an alley and, like, filming a cypher. Was it a cappella or did we have beats?
John Steele beatbox.
Oh, yeah, that's true. That was dope. Shout out to John Steele.
Yeah, that shit was dope. It was a good end to a really fucked up day.
Yeah.
That and like true. The lack of sleep. I was watching tour recap because I think it was just in August, but I pull up the tour recap every now and then because it's fucking funny to watch. But yeah, that was fucked.
And one of the homies from the show, Zach, I think his name was. I still have him on Snapchat. He brought us to his crib and we played like classic Nintendo 64. We played fucking
Smash
the original
Bros.
Like Smash Bros and shit, Mario Kart. That was dope.
Yeah, I think what happened was we went to a party the night before. So we didn't sleep at all that night. And then Oakham broke his foot.
I fucking lost my phone.
Yeah, you lost your phone. Oakham broke his foot. And then we drove out to Toronto after not sleeping at all that night. Said, fuck it, we're leaving for PEI. So we left from Toronto at like 2, 3 in the morning. I don't think we got to PEI till like 1 or 2 in the morning.
Yeah, it might have been later. I remember I was asleep. I remember I like was driving after I think Quebec through part of, I don't know, some province I'd never been in my life, like one of the East Coast provinces. I was like, okay, that was beautiful, cool drive. I'm getting in the passenger seat and I'm fucking sleeping. And I woke up in the hotel, or in the parking lot of the hotel. Like, oh shit, we're here. So like, I actually kind of missed like a good bulk of the drive.
Yeah, I think you're the only one who actually got to sleep.
Yeah.
Because me,
Rhett was just a trooper. Rhett, every time we're on tour, Rhett will just drive and drive and drive, and he just like does not need shit but cigarettes. Like he just does not care. Like
cigarettes and coffee.
Yeah, cigarettes and coffee. He just will drive forever. He doesn't drink, so it's like it's kind of perfect. But it's not like we just shaft him with driving. He's like enjoys it. But yeah, there's a few times where I was just like behind the wheel for like 6-7 hours. Like holy fuck, I gotta sleep.
Bro, I remember almost killing us on that tour. Like falling asleep at the wheel,
hitting a moose.
No, I like fucking. I remember I had to pull over to grab Red Bull because I just could not stay awake, bro. I was driving and just nodding off, and I was like, "Oh my god!"
I had never drank so much Red Bull or seen people drink so much Red Bull in my life. Like I remember Dosey drank like fucking 4 Red Bulls just before getting into bed.
Yeah,
he just cracked 4 Red Bulls, chugged them all, and fucking got under the covers and fell asleep. I was like mind blown.
That's tour life though. The shit we put ourselves through on tour, just eating like shit. Drinking like shit, not sleeping.
Yo, does Ben still have the footage of that cypher from that show? Like after the venue, like all the equipment burnt down and we went into that fucking alley.
I'll hit him up about that.
We should find that footage and at least like do something with it, even if we just show portions of the experience, because that would be cool as fuck.
I'm happy we documented half that fucking tour though.
Mm-hmm.
I don't even think it's even been brought back up since. But yeah, after the venue caught on fire, we just we pretty much walked around PEI.
And I didn't think
got fucked up.
I didn't think we could have crazier tour experiences than that. And then it was like one or two tours after that, we were fucking back in Montreal.
Yeah, we were Quebec.
And my car just broke down. I called like 30 mechanics, and I think they were all fucking with me. I'd ask them like if they spoke English, and most of them would just hang up. And by like the 30th dude, I call him like, "Do you guys speak like English? Like anyone here?" And he's like, "Yeah, of course I speak English, idiot." Like it was like fucking $1,200 to fix like the sub pump on the car.
Brutal.
Finally get that shit going to our next show in Montreal, and we're like, okay, you know, we're gonna have an awesome show. We've only ever performed in Quebec City before, and the whole shit is like flooded out. Like the cities, like the sewers are all flooded out. There's rats everywhere. Businesses are all flooded. And the venue we're supposed to perform at is
shut down.
Yeah, shut down. It's trashed. And so we're like, well, fuck, we'll just spend the night off. We're gonna get shit faced drunk.
Yeah, that was Montreal. When we had that fucking Airbnb, the very top floor of that fucking tower.
Yeah. And oh my god, we went to that. I don't remember. Do you remember more of that bar experience than I do? Because I know at one point we didn't get cut off, but they just ran out of Jaeger. We had gone through
they didn't cut us off. But, yeah, we drank like 40s, like multiple 40s.
We just had the bottle girl at like our section all night, just pouring fucking shots for hours until she said like 1 tall can of Red Bull and no fucking Jaeger left.
I'm pretty sure I took like 42 Jaeger bombs that night.
Yeah, I just know we all spent a stupid amount of money.
Bro, it was bad. Like I'm pretty sure that night we drank until we were almost all broke.
And I remember coming outside the bar and one of my homeboys was standing on a fucking car.
Yeah.
Another one of my boys was in an alley with some real sketchy dude.
Yeah,
looking like they're gonna get in a
ended
fist
up
fight.
Staying there fucking with him till like bar closed.
And so yeah, we're all like, "Hey, let's get the fuck home before something real bad happens." We all end up in jail before the rest of
you guys left me at that
tour.
bar.
Yeah, see, I don't even have any recollection of that.
Yeah.
I remember walking home with Dan and some crackhead was chasing us. Some dude with like his eyelids, like, and not his eyelids, like the fucking white of his eyes were tattooed. And he had his full face tattooed like a skull. And he was just like fucked on crack, like speaking in tongues.
Sounds
just
like the Battle Axe guys.
Blah, blah. Yeah, literally. And this dude just hobbling behind us. You know, he walks into McDonald's with us. He's like, I own this store, yada yada. I own this place. I own the police. And so fucking Dan just starts freaking out. Like, bro, if you don't get the fuck out of here, I'm going to beat the shit out of you in the middle of McDonald's. Like, right fucking now. And this crackhead just stone cold just stares him in the eye and starts speaking gibberish.
That's fine.
So, yeah. I'm like, all right, not worth it. Let's get the fuck out of here. we're walking like, and for blocks, this dude is following us. So we're just like kind of yelling at this guy as we're walking still.
Yeah.
We're like not really engaging, but we're sort of fucking with him. And these guys pull up in a car, and they were like French Haitians. They had like a bit of a Haitian accent.
Yeah,
They're
yeah.
like, what are you doing? What are you doing? And I'm like, man, like relax. Like there's just some crackheads been following us for fucking like 15 minutes now. And like 3 of these dudes jump out the car and they're like, where? And they start running down the block, fucking chasing this crackhead. It was one of the strangest things I've ever seen.
It was like a nice part of Quebec too.
Mm-hmm. That was just a wild night. It was like the May Day 2018 riots.
I remember looking out of that Airbnb and seeing shit like on fire and fucking cars getting flipped and all that shit. Yeah.
I'm gonna take this bull if you want to sort of like preface that story a little bit as to how the fuck.
Yeah, I don't know, because you guys left me at the fucking at the bar. So the only thing I know is I stayed there and got really fucked up with the bartenders. I'm pretty sure they wanted us to do like karaoke and shit, but we didn't. Cause fuck that. It was fun though. I remember being fucking like absolute. I'm pretty sure like we were standing on tables and shit and fucking. I can't remember. I'm pretty sure we got like really rowdy that night.
We
though.
definitely did. It's definitely like top 5 drunkest I've ever been without fucking throwing up.
Yeah, you know how fucked up it was me having to try to walk and find my way back to that Airbnb?
Probably ridiculous. Well, you didn't have a crackhead chasing you, so that's.
Dude, I didn't even know who I was at that
Well,
point.
neither did that dude speaking fucking Latin following us.
I remember yelling at a bike cop for no reason though.
Yeah, well, eventually there was cops all over the place because I don't know how like the events all connect, but I swear on my mother's life, like it was the strangest shit ever. We had just come back. I know it was me, Dan, and Rhett after that experience with the crackhead at McDonald's, and we're in this like the second level of the parking garage, like underground. And we're in my car just getting more of our gear and shit, bringing it up. And all of a sudden I get a call from a couple of the guys who were up in the penthouse. And they're yelling like, shut the fuck up. You guys are being crazy. You guys are being so fucking rowdy. Like, we're going to get kicked out of this place.
Oh yeah,
like,
they wanted,
they were
yeah.
freaking out. Thought like we were all just like causing a ruckus out front. And we were before, but I was like, dude, I'm like 2 stories underground. The fact I can even talk to you on the phone right now is, surprising. Like you can't hear me, even if I was freaking out. And so he's just like, okay, hold on. And then all of a sudden I hear like a bunch of guys just sort of like murmuring on the phone, and they're all talking. They're freaking out. So I'm riding the elevator up, getting the penthouse, and everyone is just staring out the windows. So I obviously joined them, and there's fucking people just running around looting shit. Like there's people throwing bricks through windows, setting fucking garbage can fires. There's like cops shooting tear gas. It was ridiculous. Like,
And it was funny because I was on the opposite side of the bar. Like, it was on the opposite side of the Airbnb to like where the bar was. So it had like nothing to do with where we were. It was just only that one
we
little
could just see it from like, because we were on the
section
very top floor in the penthouse and had big bay windows across the whole thing. So we could just see like half the city. And yeah, it was ridiculous.
That shit was crazy. Yeah, I remember just walking back being like, where the fuck do I go? And I'm pretty sure we were in like the highest or tallest building in the fucking spot we were in. So that's all I look for is just
While we're
fucking
editing this shit, I'll find the one Snapchat I have of like fucking cops like running through tear gas and shit and like garbage cans on fire. I know I still have one of the videos because I remember coming back and showing my uncle. He was just like, how was tour? And I was like, yeah, it was good. But like, there was a fucking riot in Montreal. He's just, what in the fuck?
That's only like a part of fucking the story.
Yeah, we'll save some more. We'll save some of the stories from our American.
Usually Quebec is pretty crazy though.
That we had some wild stories from that shit, but I think we'll save that for another time so this podcast doesn't get too long.
The American tour.
Well, shit. I don't know. I think maybe not as exciting as shitting your pants, but I'd say this was a solid episode too.
Yeah. We'll get into some of the other tour stories and other important shit during the next episode.
We'll probably do 1 or 2 more under this format, and then we'll have a new video format and better audio quality, bit of a studio backdrop for you guys to look at, and our ugly mugs, of course.
Yeah, so you can see the thick motherfucker
Chat.
and the dizzy.
I'll throw the link to the new merch in the description, backwoodsociety.com. Also the link to sending us questions, calls, all that shit. Thank you again for listening.